Hi, I'm Kale Devries.
And I'm Joe Williams. In the back is Collin Mcauley. He's taking the video right now. He will be in the presentation soon though. But our presentation is called End the Stigma.
Our process started at a disability exhibit at downstairs DH. Me and Joe ended up walking through it and we met Laura Lyle from SAFE. She liked what we had to do for this class and we ended up meeting with her a couple times a week to organize our event, the dates, the times, things of those nature.
And then secondly too, our main goal was where we're going to get our materials for our event, which was wheelchair basketball and an obstacle course. So what we had to do throughout our meetings, we figured we would go to the Mother House, the Veterans Club, Goodwill, and then a few other organizations as well, and that was through email and phone. Secondly, where are we going to take place with this event? And we decided with the Shoe Field House. We had to talk to Coach Fred Smith about it to acquire a time. And then lastly, we communicated with outside sources such as Goodwill,
Salvation Army.
They helped us out with a lot of things.
For our advertisements, we mainly did flyers and brochures. We hung them up around the weight rooms and around the field house, places like that.
Yep. And then secondly, for daily announcements, which we get every day throughout our emails from, I call him Doug Goodenough, we asked him to put our event in the daily announcements for about 2 weeks, and we got some good responses from that. And then secondly too, we talked to Goodwill, which they're the ones that donated a couple wheelchairs. We told them about our idea, and they thought that was a great thing, so they decided on their own to create their own event as well, which their advertisement, they made an adaptive wheelchair for, it's called Erase the Stigma, and they also created a GoFundMe account too for the community around Adrian. And then lastly, we created a sign-up sheet at the UC or the Student Center. And then if you can see in the picture there, we created a couple posters where it says End the Stigma, and it has a person in a wheelchair. And this was the sign-up sheet for the wheelchair basketball tournament. Okay, for our next slide, it says almost, and we almost had these 2 extra events, a part of the wheelchair basketball tournament and obstacle course. First thing was we were supposed to have Goodwill come in with their hands-on exhibit. They said they were willing to do this, and then about 3 days before the 3-day event that we were expected to have, they backed out.
We were also going to do a panel of people with disabilities from around Siena Heights, but that later on fell through. And we also had optional questionnaires at the event. However, not a whole lot of people decided to do them, so our data was not exactly accurate.
Okay, so for our main event, we had wheelchair activities. First of all, we had wheelchair basketball. It was a basketball tournament. We had about 8 teams signed up. Secondly, we had an obstacle course next door to the basketball court. Anyone that came through wanted to participate, they could sign up, and the fastest time wins. And then secondly, too, to participate in both of these events, you had to sign a waiver for liability.
We had a very good turnout, we thought. We had over 50 people show up for the event. We had t-shirts made for everyone that participated, said End the Stigma on them. It was open to all students and staff around campus, including athletic coaches.
Our our event look like? On the left-hand side picture here, we have a table full of the t-shirts for all the participants that participated in the event. It said "End the Stigma" on it with a handprint, and on the bottom of it, we also added the SAFE organization to it. And then in the center picture, we have a student from Siena enjoying the obstacle course. And then all the way to the right is the participants in the basketball tournament.
No, I got your time. Hurry up.
Yeah.
They're putting this on the website. She's gonna make a really nice video.
Hey, are those umpires from the game? Is the game's over?
Oh, must be.
What makes this event purposeful for us and our group is, first of all, I am a teacher and I work with a lot of students with disabilities.
And for myself, disabilities riddled throughout my family and my friends.
For me, I have my own disability. I'm diagnosed with ADD. So, next point is end the stigma. We just want people to be comfortable in their own skin with all ranges of disabilities, from being in a wheelchair to having a mental disability.
And most of all, we wanted to raise awareness for the whole spectrum of disabilities.
Some of the things that we've talked about in class that relate to our project is equal opportunity, Rawls, Martin Luther King, and activism. One of the things that stood out to us about Rawls was that he wanted society to be distributed in accordance with the liberty principle and the difference principle. Basically, that states that economic differences should be set up so that the most disadvantaged people are provided with the greatest advantages, and that all offices and positions are open to all people. We thought that related perfect to our project. And Martin Luther King, one of his most famous quotes is, "Sooner or later, people of the world will have to discover a way to live together in peace." So.
Then to wrap things up for the future, we advise all of you, if you're still on campus next year, to join the SAFE organization. And then secondly, too, for this class, the main thing for it is to get involved around campus as well, in anything you can.
Bringing up awareness of disabilities, we thought, the golden rules: treat everyone equally, do unto others as you will want done unto yourself. Don't judge a book by its cover, simply just pay it forward.